radio. Guys, who are y'all? And so today we're going to be coming out of Matthew 20, verse 28. And it's going to be talking about adultery in the heart, as you've seen in the title when you click on this video. But before I get started, I want to notify you guys, I am going to be starting a series. It's called The Sex Talk, and we're going to be talking about scriptures and what does it have to say about sex, how can we relate scriptures to sex, and this scripture that we're going to read here today is no different. And I think it will really bless someone because we need to talk about what people don't talk about. A lot of people, they want to talk about, just save yourself until marriage and stuff like that. But there's more to it than that. We need to talk about what we're actually dealing with. A lot of people are actually dealing with sex and temptation and fornication and different stuff and same sex and sexuality, who they are. And I think that this series is going to really touch on that. And I'm so blessed and happy and grateful that this is the first verse to start this series off, because I believe that it reigns so true. And you may ask, well, why do you start it with this scripture? Why not start it with this scripture? You have to start somewhere. You have to start with one. And we're just going to see where God takes us, okay? So, scripture is Matthew 5 and 28. Let me turn around to my Bible. Matthew 5 and 28. I don't know if y'all can really see that. Oh, there we go. It's focusing. There we go. Praise God. But I say to you that whoever looks at a woman to lust for her has already committed adultery with her in his heart. So basically what it's saying is it's basically saying what you think about what you think and what you're feeling in your heart, basically what you're thinking and what you're wanting to do, you've already committed because you've already seen it in your mind. So say if you see this nice looking young lady and you're like, oh, she's cute, she's fine, she's this and that, I would do anything to get her in my bed, this and this, and you're imagining all the stuff that you could do with her, to her. You've already committed that in your heart. You've already committed. You've already sinned. Because sin always starts within the heart. So, because there's a Bible verse, I don't know exactly where it is, but it's in there, and it says, so a man thinks in his heart, so he is. So if you already thought, oh, I'm smashing her, or I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, you've already done it in your heart. Your heart is already done it. Your heart is just another person, is another part, it's basically you on another level. It's just a you that nobody gets to see. It's your true self. And that's why we always have to work on cleaning our heart and purifying our heart, because this can happen. And we're thinking, oh, we're good because we're not actually going out there having sex, or we're not out here flirting and flipping up skirts and different stuff like that. But you're doing it in your heart, so it makes it worse because nobody knows. I've heard somebody say, I'd rather I know somebody's a racist than not know that they're racist. At least you know that's their intentions. At least you know what they're about. But when you're hiding it and it's just in your heart, nobody knows your intentions. This girl could be really nice, she could be sweet, she could be a Christian, but she doesn't know the real intentions that you have for her, what you really want from her. I'm not saying that those intentions won't change or they can't change, but at that moment, they're not pure thoughts. Now you're leading her on, making her think, oh, this is a nice guy. We can grow together. This is my living. God has sent him for me. Kind of find out. No, that is not it. You may like her as a friend, but there is more that you want from her. And so, yeah, that is my observation. That's what I see there. Even ladies, you see this nice guy. He has the the muscles. He has the money. He has the clothes. He has the cars. He has the shoes. You know, he's flying well here, like he got it. He's doing all this stuff. He's doing everything that you like, and you're fantasizing. What if I was married to him? What if he had kids? What if we did this? What if we did that? You're also fantasizing. You're also busting your heart after him. Don't think that women are excluded from lusting. We lust after men as well, and we're wrong. We commit adultery with them too in our heart, and we have to clean that up as well. Because a lot of times women will put themselves in situations where we're tempted, and that's not cool, because temptation is basically our own desires coming out. Is actually in James 1 and 13 through 15, and I'm going to get to it right now. All right. It says, okay, let me turn around. Focus. But each one is tempted when he is drawn away by his own desires and enticed. Then when desire has conceived, it gives birth to sin. And sin, when it's full grown, brings forth death. So basically, what you're feeling inside is going to draw you. That's what's tempting you. It's not the obvious. It's what's inside, what you truly want. Because you can say, oh, I want this nice guy, this nice church guy, and I want to get married and have kids and have a happy life. And oh. But truly in your heart, you want a bad boy. You want the thugs, you want the gangster, you want the guy that's rough on the edges, get a little aggressive with you. And that's what's going to pull you away. The excitement of this new thing, of this new person, is going to draw you away. And then once you're away, then you're going to start to sin. And when you sin brings forth death, and you don't want to die. You don't want to be in something so long a part of you dies, or something in you dies. Because, no offense, but Jesus is not here right now in physical form, so nobody's really getting brought up from the dead. I'm not saying that nobody's bringing up from the dead, but from my experience, nobody, I admit or known, has been brought back from the dead yet. So, I mean, if Jesus is here, he will bring back as many people as he could, but he is not in physical form. He's in heaven, but God ready, willing to come back. So right now we have to deal with what we have to deal with, because you're not going to miss something until it's gone. Take the movie Temptation, for example. A woman had a good marriage. She left it for the bad boy, for that thrill, for that desire. And then after it was all over, she missed her husband that treated her right, who took care of her, never beat her. Yes, he may have forgotten things. Yes, he forgot her birthday, but he tried. And he was a good man. He was a good, honest man, never did anything wrong to her. He loved her. You could see it in his eyes. Don't leave. Don't leave your don't leave your blessing. Don't leave your blessing for a another pleasure, or don't leave it for something new. Not saying that, oh, you can't have new things or you can't have nice things. There's nothing wrong with having nice things or having new things or wanting something different, but it's the way you go about it. And Judith was really did go about it wrong because she was so stuck and captivated by this one man. She didn't know. Well, she did. She did do. She had a kind of a heads up about what was up with him, but she couldn't see it. She couldn't see it. She had a blinders on. Because the honeymoon stage of every relationship will really is a real thing that messes people up, and I think that's what happened to her. She was too caught up in the cupcake phase, him being attracted to her and him wanting her, and the way he pursued her, the way he defended her and stuff like that. She wanted that from her husband, but she couldn't get it, and so she got it from this other man. So, with that being said, temptation can make you do a lot of things. It really can. I think I got off topic, but it's we're gonna bring it back. So basically, you can be very tempted, and it can cause you to lust after someone, and it causes you to commit adultery in your heart. So when you lust after someone, you might as well have already done it because it's already in your heart. You inside has already done it. Your heart has already played with this girl or this man or whoever it may be. You've already done it. And so basically, how do we apply this to our life? So how do we not commit adultery in our hearts? How do we say, "Ooh, let's stop. I can't do this"? You have to look at everybody as if they were a diamond. Yes, I've heard this analogy. You have to treat a woman like she's a diamond, not as if she is glass. Because you don't give a diamond to a person that's going to treat you like glass, because they're going to break. The glass won't eventually break. And when glass breaks and you try to touch it, you will bleed. So when you have a diamond and you treasure that diamond and you're careful with that diamond, you're not gonna essentially want to break it. You're not gonna essentially play with it. So I need you to treat everybody as if they are a diamond, especially men. I want you to treat your women as jewels, as a diamond, because you need to treat them with care and gentleness and kindness so that they won't break, and so you won't get hurt from them breaking. Now, women, you may like, well, he's not as gentle as me, but he is so gentle. Men's egos can be very fragile, so I need you to treat their hearts as jewels as well. Treat them as diamonds. Because women, you play with hearts too. We do. We play with our boyfriend's ego and different stuff to get exactly what we want. Don't do that. Because all it is playing with fire, and it's going to backfire on you. You're going to be doing this stuff, acting like this wifey, and then time comes and he don't marry you. He goes and marries someone else. Or you thought, oh, I'm more special than other girls and stuff like that, but he still ain't claiming you as his girl. You still coming over there buying different strands of hair in his house. So I think that that's all I think right now. Check us out. All right. Father God, I thank you for this day. I thank you for this time to dive more into your word. I pray that you would help us to treat others as if they were diamonds and to hold them carefully, to take their hearts with gentle care. Help us to not to think ungodly thoughts towards another person. For your love covers and never uncovers. I pray that you would help us to take the exit when temptation comes our way, that you would not allow us to be so deep in a sin that it brings forth death to something in our lives, even to us, or to people that we care for a lot. We thank you for your word. We praise you, for you are God, for you are our protector, you are our provider, you are our love, our light, the bright and morning star. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. I hope that this has blessed you. I hope that this has encouraged you and that you take this and you talk about it with your friends. Ask them, ask them, have you ever, with the dirtiest thing you've ever thought about somebody? And bring that scripture up, Matthew 28, Matthew 5:28. Bring that scripture up and see what they think about that after they answer that question. Okay? So I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a blessed day. Pray for me, guys. I'm starting a new job, so pray for me. I pray that I get as many hours as I can, as much money as the Lord will allow me to have. In Jesus' name, we pray. This is you about to go, guys.